My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Enchanted. And this review will have spoilers, so there's your warning. But I've been dreaming of a true love's kiss. This movie is awesome. I absolutely love it, and nobody really talks about it anymore. And I just find that to be a shame because, yes, it is one of my favorite Disney movies ever. I do believe it is that good. So let's begin by talking about the cast. And Amy Adams gives one of my favorite performances in any movie. She is just truly phenomenal, and she should have won an Oscar for her work here. Like, she's hilarious and campy and over the top and like filled with personality and life and energy. Like, the movie begins and she's a literal cartoon. But as the movie progresses, she becomes a more fully realized character and she sells you on that transformation to perfection. It is such impressive acting all around. In fact, I would say it's a masterclass in acting. So, yes, she carries this movie incredibly well. And then we've got Patrick Dempsey, who is so charming and likable and kind of funny, but he also does a great job at selling you on his character arc. The movie begins and he's cold, he's distant, and throughout the movie, he learns to open himself up again, and it's a really well done performance. Rachel Covey is very sweet and she adds plenty to this movie. James Marsden is awesome. He is so funny and over the top, and he understood the assignment and fully delivered. Susan Sarandon, she's a very easy to hate character. She's evil, and she does a pretty good job at that. Adina Menzel as Nancy isn't in this movie too much, but she still does a perfectly fine job. And Timothy Spall is really good. I actually do like his character arc as he is in this abusive relationship and he learns to love himself by the end. So everybody really does elevate this movie, and I just love the story being told. I think it is so clever for this movie to begin as an animated Disney movie, and then you take those characters, those ideas, and put them in the real world. And there's such an obvious contrast that keeps this movie entertaining, but it's actually like really smart. Because here you've got one character who believes in fairy tales and true love's kiss. And then you've got this guy whose wife left him and left him devastated and broken. And these two just change each other for the better. And their relationship, their romance, is so incredibly well written, and it does actually have a lot to say about love and relationships, about how you have to put in effort, about how you have to open yourself up. And I like how Robert is in this relationship with Nancy and he's about to propose, but like he's still very cynical and you can tell he's kind of just doing it for the sake of it. And then he meets Gazelle, and it just reminds him of the way love and life used to feel. And I really do love the writing here. I also love how it's kind of a spoof on Disney movies while fully embracing being a Disney movie itself. Like, that's a really tricky balance to strike, but this movie found its sweet spot. In some ways, it actually does Frozen better than Frozen because this movie criticizes the whole you're going to marry someone after only meeting them for one day. And it points out how absurd that kinda is. But then Gazelle and Wobble fall in love after just a couple days because they actually build a meaningful relationship. So you've got a good balance here. It's actually so well done, and it's a very sweet and charming and sincere and thoughtful movie, and it just feels like a love letter to Disney. There are so many references here. You obviously got the poisoned apple. You've got that scene of Gazelle putting a diamond to her eye, like Dopey in Snow White. You've got the slipper left behind in Cinderella. Oh, what else? I believe the restaurant is, what's it called? It's the same place as in Lady and the Tramp. I can't think of it. There's so many great references here, and it never feels heavy-handed. It's just nice little bonuses to this movie. And it's really hilarious. In some ways, it kind of reminds me of Elf because you've got this cartoon character interacting with real people, and that contrast is just so funny. It really is. When she's at Wobble's work and she spits out the fish, or when she goes up to the two clients and she's just starts breaking down in tears because they're getting divorced. There are so many great jokes throughout this movie, and it's a Disney movie, so you know it's going to have a great soundtrack. I've been dreaming of a true love's kiss. Actually, I love this song because the music is really fantastic, but I also love it because it is a spoof of Disney songs. There's literally a part where Edward is, through the forest, singing, I've been dreaming of a true love's kiss, true love's kiss, true love's kiss. It's meant to be funny, and it really is. Happy Walking song, really great as well. How do you know you love her? That's a really fun song as well. But So Close is one of the greatest Disney songs ever written. If we're talking Disney love songs, there's Can You Feel the Love Tonight? There's A Whole New World. And at last I see the light, and it's like the fog has lifted. Yes, those other three are definitely up here, and I would put this song in that same category. It is just a beautiful, beautiful song, and I love it, and that scene where Wobblet and Gazelle are dancing to it is just pitch perfect. It's a scene that actually gets me teary-eyed because it's so beautiful. And speaking of which, I do love the score by Alan Menken. Just really great Disney-sounding music. I also think it's pretty well directed by Kevin Lima. The animation and CGI combo works incredibly well, but I'm not the biggest fan of the costumes. They do look a little cheap at points. I'm also not the biggest fan of the climax of this movie with the dragon on the tower. Gazelle just defeats the dragon way too quickly, and it just kind of feels jarring and unsatisfying. And the dragon dies in a ball of fire and of height. So I guess it's a dragon that's not fireproof and can't fly. Not a fan of that. I also found the CGI on the dragon to be a little weak. But this movie does have one of my favorite flaws. And it is a flaw, but it's a fun flaw where I actually kind of love it. And I love the fact that before So Close starts playing, they announce that you have to dance with someone who you didn't bring to the ball. It's so contrived, but it's so funny, and it makes for a perfect scene up ahead. But really, my issues are pretty minimal. I love this movie. I've rewatched it so many times, and I just find it to be so smartly written. It's heartfelt, and like I said, it actually has a lot to say about love and relationships. The characters of Warbot and Gazelle are so well written, and I love the story being told. I love the ambition. It's hilarious. It's a movie I could watch in any mood, and of course, I'm still going to give Enchanted a 9 out of 10. It's a shame they never made a sequel to this movie. But, Enchanted, have you seen it? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin out.